Hi everyone, Lisa here, and today is Sunday, so it's time for another SNL product challenge. And this time, it's using our Studio Calico kits. And how we did this one, Sandra and I, is I picked 5 items out of the Studio Calico kit, and then she picked 5 items. So we have the same items to work with, and we have to make a layout using the same items. So I thought this would be fun, just to kind of see how each of us would take the layout in a different way. I love how my layout turned out, and I really can't wait to see how Sandra did hers because I just love her pages. They're so fun. So make sure you check out her layout. It's ohsnapgonzo on YouTube. So you can kind of see me. I went through all the products that we had picked for the challenge, and Sandra, we were talking one day, and she had mentioned to me that I have a lot of pictures of me and my dogs, and my husband and the dogs, but none of us together. So, like my husband and myself. So, she had made a little bit of an extra challenge for us is to take a current photo. So this photo is actually from this morning. So, it was to take a current photo of both of us, and that way we could scrapbook about it. So she's going to do one of her and her husband, a current picture. So I had a really hard time deciding what side of the paper I wanted to put this page on, and I loved both sides of that hello again, or sorry, it's hello love Studio Calico paper. I just love both sides of it, but I debated on trying to cut it down to make it work, but I just really like the clean and simple chevron, and I just decided to go with that. Use it while you love it, right? Because if you hoard it, then chances of you using it are probably slim and none. So I decided I would use that side while I loved it, and I'll just have to admire the back side, I guess. So you saw me flipping through my little basket of the Studio Calico kit, and I just wanted a really nice mat on the back side of the photos to coordinate. So there was this it's a blue dot on a gray background, pardon me. So I just wanted to have a small mat around the photos, and then here I'm punching out some of the triangle paper. I wanted to just kind of have some sort of geometric shapes in it, but you could kind of see me moving the punch around, and I'm trying to find where the punch looks the best. I wasn't really concerned with making, a very precise measurement. I just wanted to make sure that what I was punching out was a really nice shape. Where it was being punched, I guess I should say. So here you can see me just popping those little punches underneath that little, I don't know what that's called. I think it's called pardon me, here it is right here. It is called, I don't know. It says Lux Circles, and it just says it's time to go glam. It's kind of like a chipboard. Oh, they call it a placemat. I'm sorry. So this is a circle placemat, and it's supposed to be gold. I would not say it is a very strong gold color. It's a very muted color. I wanted to use it. I was going to actually emboss with it, which I think you probably could, and I think it would be very neat to do that, but I just decided I wanted to just use it as it was. I was worried if I embossed it, then I would wreck it, or if I misted it, then it would be no good anymore. So I just wanted to use it as it was, and I really like how this turned out. And no, there's no sketch on this one, and there's no sketch for the Saturday Stash Dive either. I just kind of wanted to just play and have some fun. And I'm using these letters to spell out our story. Now, in the video, you won't see me put the title on, and I don't even put it on in the pictures, and I realized after I took the pictures and I edited them that I forgot to put my title in. So it is on the layout now, but I will probably show you that when I do my, I usually do my, kill the kit kind of review, so you'll see that as I finish with the Studio Calico kit. But it is on there now, just so you know. And these foam letters are super sticky. The backing was not the backing of the foam letter, but the backing where they're stuck to the adhesive was ripping off. They are really sticky. So, but really nice letters. I really like the very, they have a little bit of a flair to them, so I really like it. And then the two there, I pulled that out from the kit as well. I just wanted to have a little bit of an embellishment to emphasize the two of us. And I'm using those cabochon flowers kind of in the circles as well. And here you can see me taking some of this confetti, and I'm just going to be sprinkling up towards the left corner of the page. But I actually will be taking them off, and I will be using the confetti, but just I'm going to be journaling on the left side of the page, so I just need to move everything around to do that. And I had mentioned in the Saturday Stash Dive that when I did that layout, it was about my husband and our current story. This layout is about how our story began, and it's funny because it all happened on the golf course. We were friends, and we're kind of making little funny bets as to who could do, what, chip it on the green, or out of the sand trap in so many shots, or whatever, you know what I mean. And then it was funny because we were I think we were over 250 yards away from the green, and my husband then, he said, if I get it on the green in this shot, you have to give me a kiss. Well, we were just friends, so I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, what are the odds of that? Well, lo and behold, he got it on in the green, so I gave him a kiss, and then the rest is history. So it's kind of funny. It's a funny story to me. So, but that's how our story began. And I think it's funny because I've been wanting to actually document how our story began, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. And so I really thank you, Sandra, for coming up with this idea to do a current picture of my husband and myself, because this was awesome. It was a good way to document our story, and it really needed to be told before, it was not necessarily forgotten, but the details would have been lost, I guess. So that was awesome, Sandra. Thank you so much. And so here I am just kind of, moving things around, and I used a current card, and that I bought from Studio Calico a while ago. They had all these Project Life cards that had currents on them, and I really liked the fact that it had this current, because with it saying currents on there, it's like our current pictures, even though the story is from the past. So I really like that, and so that's what I used as well. And you can kind of see me fussing around a little bit here with a lot of the layers. It was hard to get all these circles lined up in the exact right spot, and I punched them out with the 1-inch circle punch, and they fit perfectly underneath, but it was really hard to kind of get them lined up. So I kind of fast forwarded all that fussing and everything else, just because I didn't feel that you guys need to see me fuss with it. But what I should have done, and I figured it out at the end, was to just draw a circle around the inside of those circle pieces, and that was where the punched out circle would go. And once I figured that out, then it went quite a bit faster. Sometimes we make things a little too hard on ourselves. So, and then all I did to adhere it down is I just used my dot adhesive and just put it on the back side, and then that way, instead of it being glue and making a globby mess, that way I can move it around and pick it up if I needed to, without having to worry about using glossy accents, because sometimes with glossy accents, you get that when the glue dries, it gets like that shiny appearance to it, and I didn't want to worry about that. So the dot adhesive worked really well on the back side of this little placemat. I guess that's what they're calling it. And here I'm just gonna layer down my pictures. So I hope you guys join in into the challenge, and if you do not subscribe to Studio Calico, maybe try a different challenge. Like if you have a significant other, you know, try and take a current picture of yourself and scrapbook that. If you do not have a significant other, take a current photo of yourself and, you know, document something current in your life that you, you know, love, appreciate, etc. So that's a good way to join in on the challenge. If you would like to join in, there's a couple ways you can do it. There's one, you can leave a video response to my video or to Sandra's video, and I'll leave the information below. You could join our Facebook group, which is called Will Craft for Supplies, and it's a fun way to kind of budget yourself for scrapbooking supplies and then use what you have. And then there is also, you could just PM us with your either blog post or picture or something like that, so that we can see what you guys make, because we really like if you guys join in. It's really nice to have other people's takes on our challenge. I think it's really fun. So I really hope you guys join in. So you can kind of see I've been fussing around with the layout and the placement of everything, and once I got the better part of the placemat and the photos all laid down, then it was a little easier to kind of start building up the embellishment layers. And this photo or this layout is not overly embellished, and I didn't want to because my husband is in the photo, and I just didn't want it to girl it up a little bit too much. So I felt if I kept it a little cleaner, it would make a little bit more sense. And especially when I have those cabochon flowers, that's about as girly as I wanted it to get. Again, just because he's in the photo as well. And up at the top, I put a label sticker from October Afternoon. And I had, in that stamp that we pulled out for the challenge, there was a little stamp there that says "The Adventure Begins." So I really liked the fact that I could use that as my journaling prompt for this layout. So I'm going to stamp that in soft granite, and it's just a little bit of a lighter gray, and it almost looks like pencil, but not pencil. It's the coloring of a pencil, like a lead pencil. And then I had to cut this triangle paper into a strip so that I could, you know, add a little bit more color up to the top of the page. And I inked it with the charcoal, or sorry, the soft granite ink all the way around, just to emphasize or make it stand off of the background, I guess is what I was trying to do, because otherwise it would have just kind of blended in. It was a little tone on tone. So yeah, and then here I didn't want to use black ink because I wanted it to keep it in with the gray color and keep it a little bit lighter. So I'm actually using a distress marker, and this one's called Pumice Stone. So it's a really nice soft gray. And what I did is, I don't think I showed that part of the video, but I lifted up my picture, and in one of those circles where I knew it would be hidden by my photo placement, I just wrote in hello just to see if it would stand out, and I screwed up on I'm the worst journal in the world. I love to write in journaling on my layouts, but I have like the worst handwriting. I have the worst spelling. I have the thoughts in my head, but when I go to journal them, sometimes my words get all screwed up. So I screwed up on my journaling, but that's okay. I just leave it because I think it gives a little bit of character as to my handwriting. And I know I always say I have boys' handwriting because it's super messy, but I'm good with that. You know, I just feel that my kids maybe one day will appreciate my handwriting. I hope. Because in the world of electronics, I think handwriting is going by the wayside, and I think it's important to handwrite on your layouts as much as you can, even if it's just the date or who's in the photo. I think it's important. So here I'm going back and I'm getting some of these little sequins, and I'm pulling out the orange one just because there's a lot of blue and a lot of white, and I have that orange cabochon flower. And so I wanted to add pops of orange in the layout. And I really like, you know what, I am not an orange person, but I really love the orange on this page. It's just enough of an accent color. It's not an overpowering orange. And I love the look of this. Yeah, so I'm going to have to remember that. Just the pops of the orange on a very light blue background or blue accent page, because wow, I'm so impressed. And I know that's silly to be impressed about a color, but when you're not a big fan of orange, it's kind of cool when everything works out great. It's so awesome. I know everybody's been there when they've made a page and you're like, wow, that really turned out. So it's funny. But anyway, you can kind of see me adding the sequins here and just using some glossy accents. And I'm just putting the glossy accents where I want the sequins to sit, and then I'm putting the sequins back down in the glossy accents. It's a little easier to control that way. And I had a little leftover piece of this string, so I'm going to tie it in a knot, and then I'm going to add it up to the top where that sticker is, and I'm just going to staple it down. And then here I'm taking that distress marker again, and I'm just adding in the current date. And now you guys are going to get to see some close-ups. So thanks for watching, and we hope you will join us over at our Facebook page, which is called Will Craft for Supplies. And we hope to see you there. And thanks for watching. Bye.